Hello, ladies and gamers. Welcome back to the Pink Portal Podcast. My name's Clay. This is Adam. What's up, my dudes? We are here back giving you the quality content you guys desperately want. Isn't that right?
Heck yeah.
You know, I just wanted to say, if you're watching this content and if you aren't subscribed yet, you better subscribe right now, or else I will personally have Slasher come over to your house and slash your kneecaps off. Just so you know. So, consider that a warning.
He means it too.
I have him on speed dial. I will offer him Ted's soul to get over here.
Grandma, she's like, well, he probably still wouldn't get a job.
Jeez. So, Mr. Adam, we got some things to talk about today. What's going down here today?
Well, today we will be elaborating on the Posse, which is our informal term, toim, going into a Brooklyn accent there, which will be relevant later on. We will be talking about Jess and Morty's friends, Holly Hooks and Grace Smith.
Mm-hmm. So, I think we should start with Grace. I mean, she's had a lot of history here. She's had 4 name changes, and she's living the dream, obviously. What's her deal?
Well, the theory with Grace is that, well, first off, she's Jessica's best friend, and not just in the Jimmy Olsen way. It's like, she actually has something to contribute. Of course, no one in the room is a super genius like Jessica, but what Grace does is she keeps everyone down to earth. She is the contrarian in the group. She is currently, canonically, majoring in political science. I pictured her as someone who was involved in student government and who maybe had a line with the principal and the staff of the school, and who could maybe, get Jessica out of trouble. It's sort of what Harvey Dent may have been to Batman before the whole Two-Face thing.
Mm-hmm. And she's gone through a lot of different iterations. There was the LaQuisha phase, where her whole purpose was just to be someone to tell Jessica that she needs a new boyfriend. But in her Shaniqua phase, her whole thing was she was always trying to tell the principal what was going on, and she was kind of just like look what's going on here sort of person. And she's kind of retained that sort of personality where she wants things to be like in order and stuff, but she's not like trying to get people in trouble anymore.
No, she's not a Candace or anything.
Yeah. And then after that was Rika. And I don't even know where that name came from. It was like we thought that was the canon name because something Fish posted, and I was like, "Hey, Adam, I think her real name's Rika." And he's like, "That sounds right."
So
then her name was Rika, and then the most recent development is we found the book, that one book. It's like on Google Books, there's this Rick and Morty character guide which talks about all the characters in the show. And the thing was, in the American website, they wouldn't let you look at like the yearbook page of all the kids in the school. All I had was this random screenshot that had Holly's name on it, which is how we knew her name was Holly, but we didn't know what Grace's real name was,
Yeah.
until I found a link to the UK version. And right there it says Grace Smith. And I texted Adam and I'm like, so we're gonna have to retcon her name again.
But I'm sure she's very happy to have settled on a name there.
Hmm. She's very graceful.
Yeah, amazing race.
Yeah, sweet it is. But yeah, she's the voice of reason in the group, and she babysits grandma's infants for her. You know, she gave
Oh
she gave
yeah.
she gave Soster her ambulance. Did you forget all about that?
No, it's just I didn't think we were going to cover the whole babysitting thing. But yeah,
She does.
she's quickly become the infant's favorite babysitter because that's another one of her traits. She always comes prepared.
She has that little backpack. She's always prepared, as Soster would say. It's actually like a TARDIS. It's big on the inside. It's just bottomless, full of everything she needs to get out of a jam. Like that time the tentacle fire was in the house. She pulled out a fire extinguisher.
What a guy, huh?
What a gal.
I don't know. Guy's kind of gender neutral.
Is it though? We have to be like girlfriend and be heckin' woke.
It's true.
Hmm. Girlfriend and Grace have a very tight bond. Just because what should I say?
Well, Grace brings the juice boxes, and girlfriend obliges.
Hmm. So yeah, she's that's Grace. Yeah. What do you want to say about Holly, Mr. 64?
You know, the whole reason we introduced Holly is because at first, in all the scenes of Jessica's friend group in Rick and Morty, it was her and Grace and this really random girl with the curly black hair and the green shirt. And so we were like, okay, let's adapt her. And the yearbook said her name was Holly Hooks, so she's Holly Hooks. And so when I kind of redesigned her for Jess and Morty, my thought was that it's not that Jess and Morty and surrounding characters look archaic per se, but um, I wanted to design someone who was distinctly, you know, late 2010s high school, like what I remember. And so I redesigned her with big, thick glasses, a sweater with something really basic on it, and tights.
What's her deal? What's her backstory?
Well, she moved from Hoboken, New Jersey. She is a new student at Harry Herbson, but she has pretty quickly integrated herself into the social network of the school. She is kind of in the Jess and Morty dream team. She is the social media manager. I mean, I'd say Jess herself is kind of savvy with social media, but not to the level of Holly. And Holly also has a certain amount of expertise with computers, whereas with Jess, a lot of her tech is more offline, analog kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, that is what she contributes to the group. And she is pretty good at it.
Hmm. If you check her Instagram, all it is pictures of her with her infant. That's all she does. It's like
Oh,
same pose every day, just with a different backdrop. Grace
makes
is
the
like,
same
you
face.
post the same thing every day.
But yeah, she loves her little Flowey. We should talk about that, about her and
Oh
Flowey.
yeah, She adopted our child in the infant adoption program, and they have a special bond there.
She thinks it's pretty neat. She likes his aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. She has a little canonically. This is canon, by the way. You guys who are making the wiki, write this down. She has a little designated flower area outside her window, where she lets Flower Child plant flowers every day. And he just goes out there with a little water bucket, and she watches him.
That's so wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then takes a selfie.
Wiki writers, write that down right now.
Trivia section.
Hashtag canon. Hashtag lore. Yeah. That's Holly. Holly Hooks from Hoboken. She's the thing about her is do you want to talk about him?
I feel that you should introduce Mr. Rex here.
Okay. So as I said back with Grace, if it wasn't for the UK edition of Google Books, we wouldn't have found out this guy. But I think his real name is Ryler Radford or something like that. But in the J&M HNHCU, his nickname is Rex, and he is built different. And Holly has a huge crush on him, and he is a terrible human being.
He is, in layman's terms, a gym bro.
Indeed. He's always like eating eating protein powder by the spoonful, like doesn't mix it or anything. He's just over there going.
And when you go over and you question him, you're like, "Hey, are you supposed to mix that?" He just, he doesn't even look up. He's munching it. He's like, "I'm built different."
He's like, I can handle it. I'm built different. What are you trying to say? Said I can't handle it? You see these pecs, bro? I built different.
Rex, in many ways, I would say a dark reflection of Holly.
If we ever get to the point where we read off some of our scripts here, we should definitely read the Grandma's Party episode with Rex. That was just imagine the last episode of season 1 of Rick and Morty, but Jess and Morty and Rex is in it, and that's all we're gonna say. That might be a future episode someday. Who knows? That's 2 of the 3 extra members of the posse, but there is one more, but we'll get into her next week because you need a lot more context to understand that.
There's so much lore there.
There's so much lore. Next week we'll be talking about World Guy and World Girl, aka Blue Mike Wazowski Planetina. But yeah, see you next week. Adam, say something. Throw some random soundbite in when you're editing this to close us off with.
I will see what I can do. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Penis, more like peen sauce. Ah!